Did Taehyung just break down in tears after seeing Jungkook cry on live? Are both of them finally revealing the truth about Hybe's treatment? ARMYs, brace yourselves. This might be the most emotional revelation in BTS history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because what happens next could change everything you thought you knew about Jungkook and Taehyung forever. Did Jungkook just confess everything he has been hiding for years? Did Taehyung truly cry while watching him break down live in front of millions? The world stood still when BTS Jungkook went live, his trembling voice echoing through the screens of fans across the world. His words were not scripted, not filtered, not the bright smiles fans were used to seeing. It was raw pain, a kind of pain that pierced through the heart of every ARMY watching. "I don't know how long I can take this anymore," he said softly, his voice cracking, his eyes filled with tears. The chat exploded in panic. ARMYs begged him to stop crying, to stay strong, to remember that he was loved. But Jungkook didn't look up. His silence screamed louder than any words could. And somewhere, far from the camera, Taehyung was watching. Taehyung, who had always been the quiet strength of the group, could no longer hold his emotions back. Sources close to him said he was seen crying uncontrollably after Jungkook's live ended. For the first time, the wall between the public and private pain of BTS seemed to shatter. It was as if both of them had carried too much for too long. The truth they tried to hide behind their smiles was now unraveling. Live, raw, and unfiltered. And the question on every fan's mind was simple. What did Hybe do to make Jungkook and Taehyung reach this breaking point? As fans replayed Jungkook's live, they noticed subtle words that many missed the first time. He said things like, "You don't know how hard it's been to stay silent," and "I just wish I could be free again." These weren't just words. They were cries for help. Cries that Taehyung seemed to understand deeply. Moments later, Taehyung posted a cryptic message on his private account. "Sometimes, staying together means walking away from what hurts us." That one sentence sent shockwaves through the fandom. Was he talking about Hybe? Was he hinting that both he and Jungkook were ready to leave? The tension in the air was electric. Every ARMY felt it. Something big was happening behind the scenes. Something no one was supposed to see. But now it was out there, unfolding in real time before millions of witnesses. The golden magne who once smiled through every storm had finally cracked. And his best friend, his soulmate in music and in life, Taehyung, was breaking too. Fans began to dig deeper. They noticed that both Jungkook and Taehyung had recently unfollowed several Hybe staff accounts. They hadn't posted on the group's official platforms in weeks. During their last appearance together, the tension between them and management was visible, hidden only behind polite smiles and forced laughter. But nothing could hide the exhaustion in their eyes. Nothing could hide the emotional weight pressing on their shoulders. The more Jungkook spoke, the clearer it became that something irreversible had happened. "I tried to stay strong for everyone," he said during the live. "But sometimes you realize strength isn't silence." That one sentence felt like a confession. And when he whispered, "I'm not sure how long I'll stay here," ARMYs froze. Did he mean Hybe? Did he mean BTS? The chat filled with messages. "No, Jungkook, please don't leave. We're here for you. You're not alone." But Jungkook's expression remained distant, as if he had already made a decision. Minutes after the live ended, Taehyung reportedly joined Weverse and posted a heartbreaking message. "When you see someone you love cry and you can't do anything to stop it, you realize how cruel this world can be." Fans immediately connected the dots. It was about Jungkook. It had to be. Within seconds, the post trended worldwide. Taehyung cries and Jungkook live dominated social media, with fans sharing theories, fears, and desperate messages of love. The emotional chaos spread like wildfire. Some fans blamed Hybe for pushing the members too hard, for silencing their voices behind the scenes, for treating them like products instead of people. Others refused to believe anything was wrong, clinging to hope that maybe it was just exhaustion. But then another layer of the mystery surfaced. A private source claimed Jungkook and Taehyung had been planning something together, something that could change everything. Could it be true? Could both of them be preparing to leave Hybe together? Fans noticed how Jungkook subtly mentioned starting fresh and finding peace. And when Taehyung responded, "Whatever happens, we'll do it together," hearts around the world shattered. It was no longer just speculation. It was a silent goodbye forming between the lines. The question everyone kept asking was why now? After years of dedication, loyalty, and endless effort, what pushed them to the edge? Some fans pointed to the constant pressure, the invasion of privacy, and the lack of creative freedom. Others whispered that internal conflicts within HYB had reached a boiling point. But what everyone agreed on was that this wasn't just about business. This was about survival. As the night went on, more clues began to appear. Taehyung deleted several old posts that mentioned trusting the company. Jungkook, on the other hand, changed his profile picture to a black screen. It was as if both were silently protesting, using their own ways to send a message to the world. And that message was loud and clear. They were done being silenced. For years, armies have known how close Jungkook and Taehyung are. Their bond has been one of the purest things in BTS, a friendship that transcended fame and chaos. They've always been each other's safe place. So when Jungkook cried, it was only natural that Taehyung's heart broke too. Their connection has always been deep, raw, and real. And now that bond might be the very reason they're ready to face the world together. But on their own terms, rumors began to swirl that both of them had been discussing leaving HYB privately for months. The timing of Jungkook's breakdown and Taehyung's reaction suddenly made sense. They weren't just emotional, they were preparing for a change. A new beginning. A rebellion, perhaps. What happens next is uncertain. Will HYB respond? Will the truth ever come out about what really happened behind those perfect stage lights? Or will Jungkook and Taehyung finally walk away, leaving behind the company that made them but also broke them? The silence from HYB's side only fuels the fire. Every passing minute adds more mystery, more emotion, more heartbreak. Fans across the globe are holding their breath. Every comment, every clip, every translation of Jungkook's live is being analyzed frame by frame. People are desperate to know the truth, to understand what these two have endured, what they're planning, and whether this marks the end of an era or the beginning of something greater. One thing is certain. The world will never forget the night Jungkook cried, and Taehyung cried with him. It wasn't just a live stream. It was history. It was truth. It was pain finally breaking free. And maybe, just maybe, it was the first step toward their freedom. So what do you think, ARMY? Are Jungkook and Taehyung truly planning to leave HYB together? Or is this just the storm before a bigger revelation? Tell us in the comments, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over. The next chapter of BTS might be written not under the control of a company, but by the hands of the two souls who finally dared to cry. And as dawn broke over Seoul, the world still hadn't recovered from the night before. The streets were quiet, but online the noise was deafening. Every platform, Twitter, TikTok, Weverse, YouTube, was flooded with clips of Jungkook's trembling lips, his tear-streaked face, the soft quiver in his voice when he said, "I just want peace." Fans stayed awake all night, refreshing pages, waiting for a sign that he was okay. But there was only silence. No follow-up post, no apology, no statement. Just a void that grew heavier with every passing hour. Then suddenly, Taehyung appeared online again. His message was simple. "If you knew what we've been through, you'd cry too." It was enough to send shivers down the spine of every ARMY who read it. The phrase wasn't poetic. It was personal, real, and almost defiant. Within minutes, #ProtectJungkook was trending worldwide. Thousands of fans began demanding transparency from HYBE, calling for the company to treat the artists with respect and humanity. But HYBE remained silent, their official pages untouched, their PR machine frozen. Was it fear? Was it strategy? Or was it guilt?